It's Fandom Friday, yo! Hey guys, welcome in. I am Zordon of Doom. I'm a singer-songwriter and I make content here on YouTube. I also stream on Twitch and I have music up on Spotify, Apple Music, and here on YouTube. If you would like to check it out, all links are down in the description, including my most recent song, Stress Ball, that is currently playing in the background. I'm currently working on a new album, so I have quite a few songs in the works. I will probably be releasing a new single sometime in the fall, if not the full album, but we shall see. Anyways, you're not here to hear me talk about myself the entire video. Today is another Fandom Friday, in which I react to music from different fandoms that I'm a part of and that have been recommended by you guys. And today I am going to be reacting to another Ado song. I'm finally getting back into it. I'm going to see Ado live at San Jose. So I need to continue reacting to all of her music videos and her songs. I've definitely been slacking. So this is me trying to make up for missing out. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be listening to episode X. Just based on a preliminary search, this song is actually written and composed by Ayase, who is part of YOASOBI. So that's exciting. I can't wait to hear this. I've probably heard it in passing, but I've never seen the music video, and I've never fully sat down and heard the full song. So this should definitely be a treat. I also saw that this was a song meant for a movie, Dr. X. I have not heard of this movie, but for those who have and have watched it, what did you think? And what are your thoughts on this song? Let me get all set up so we can start listening to episode X. As per usual, this is going to be another animated video. It looks like whoever is holding the scissors is cutting some type of string. Based on the movie Dr. X, maybe it's a suture? Some type of thread? I have no idea if the song itself is going to be associated with the movie in any way, because just based on the posters that I saw, Dr. X is live action. So it's possible this is the animated version of Dr. X, or this takes a totally different storyline. We shall see. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. I like that there are closed captions. Ooh! I can already tell this is a bop. Whoa! Okay, I can hear Ayase in this for sure. Puppet. Love the use of 2D and 3D. Woo! A lightoscope. Scalpel. Okay. Surgery. Surgical? Scalpel. Interesting. I like the harmony. Okay, it looks like she's having a Frozen moment, Elsa? Kind of. Cutting it. Ice Queen. Oh, that felt weird. Hey. That was a really interesting sequence. Hey. I thought that it was giving her glass slippers, but it's more like armor. X. Nice. Heck yeah. Arrangement, I say. Nina, animation artist. Let's go. Episode X. Heck yeah, I really enjoyed that. Upon listening to it, I don't think I've actually heard the song before, wildly enough. Alrighty, I'm going to take some time to read the lyrics, try to understand and connect the visuals to what Ayase has written, the story that is here and presented to us. So let's start from the beginning. This part comes back later, in which she actually cuts the thread, but at the beginning it's more of foreshadowing for what's to come. I feel like the thread is the last shred of doubt that she had, because the moment she does cut it, she fully forms the wings and becomes this ice queen, fully accepting who she is, was my initial interpretation. So I'm wondering if that's going to change while I read the lyrics. Hope was at times cruel, an unfunny irony. You can definitely tell that this character is going through a lot of hardships and stress. And yeah, this line, hope was at times cruel, is a very true statement, especially for people who are suffering from terminal illnesses, things like that. I'm trying to think in the vein of Dr. X, or medical, but sometimes giving false hope can also hurt more than help. Behind every possibility, it looks like she's struggling to cut this thread. She also looks very small. She's hunched over, looking down. Her hair is covering her face. It doesn't seem like she has any confidence in herself. The impossible lurks. So the thread kind of represents hope. This thread that she found, she's afraid of what might happen when she cuts it, because perhaps in the past there have been promises that were made, but they fell through, and at this point she's tired. She knows that certain outcomes are impossible. She's worried about the what if it doesn't work, what if it makes it worse, sort of thing. A momentary image. Oh, I just realized that the thread is connected to the puppet, which I feel like is a part of her. Maybe a part of her that she doesn't want to accept. The body on the ground represents a part of her, maybe trauma that she can't let go. And that's why she's struggling to cut the thread, because it's still attached to her. And it's sort of, sometimes our pain can make us complacent. It can make us stay in one place and unable to move forward. Overflowing terror. So she is filled with fear cutting this thread, because maybe images flash in her mind of what if scenarios, of the past that still haunts her, the fear that clings to me. There it is. Get out, get out. As it pans towards the seemingly lifeless body, my unstable emotions distort my vision. Interesting. It's blurry. Unstable emotions. So fear sometimes clouds your judgment. You're not able to make rational decisions. Instead, when your emotions are heightened, you're more likely to hurt yourself or hurt others, or take steps back instead of moving forward. At this rate, she's thinking this, falling down. This is such a cool shot. So behind her, there's these icicles. She's frozen and stuck in this place. She's holding herself because that's the only warmth that she has. Even her legs are crossed, very much trying to stay warm, but at the same time, whatever's happening in her brain, whatever's holding her back, is creating these icicles, making it harder and harder to move forward. Responding to impatience. Oh, because your emotions are heightened, your actions are more reactionary. You do things because you have to, not because you want to, but because you're forced to do it. Burning up. Very interesting, because the icicles have a tinge of red here. Breaking down. The damaged barrier of my clam. Oh. The clam, or the outer shell, could often represent the walls in your heart. Clam could be talking about her safe space, and it's damaged. So many things have broken their way in and destroyed what should be her safe place, her sanctuary. Shut up echoes in my head. Hurry up. Flashback. These sound like what goes through your mind when you're having a panic attack, anxiety. You start overthinking, your mind starts racing. With resolve so fragile that I couldn't even say out loud. Basically, she can't say anything. She doesn't have the confidence to say anything. She's essentially mute. I couldn't save anything. Interesting. Save herself? Save someone else. Okay, so she's looking down. This might be like the flashback that she's seeing. Is this on the floor who she couldn't save? Is a part of herself? Or childhood self? Or maybe a friend or relative that she's looking down at and remembering? And then the lifeless body opens their eyes with the line, "Get out of my way." The eyes look so, when I initially saw it, very alien, but it could also be like a puppet's eyes or lifeless eyes. I don't need an incomplete resolve, because she wasn't expecting the lifeless body to open their eyes. And this wall of just ice shooting up seems to be representative of her surprise and fear, like walls are coming up. Throw away the weakness. Oh, I wonder if this is the other, now not lifeless body, trying to break away from that cycle of helplessness, of being unable to move forward. Yeah, and then the ice seems to be working like puppet strings and are moving the body. Even if hope is faint, she looks lifeless still. This figure is almost haunting her, and she is now going to have to face this fear in front of her. I won't let go of my hand. So this line makes me think that it's talking about herself. The body that is on the floor, or the body that was on the floor, that was lifeless, that's sort of moving like a puppet now, is or was a part of her that she wanted to turn away from, that she didn't want to accept because it was stained, it was broken. But still deep down, I've always been afraid. So this seems to be the start of the song moving in a more positive direction, rather than putting herself down and talking about what she can't do. This is what she would like to do. I won't let go of my own hand. I'm not giving up on myself. But still deep down, I've always been afraid. It's very important to understand and be understanding of yourself. And as they say, the first step to improving and bettering yourself is to identify what the problems are. What are your fears? Pinpoint them. Once you can see them for what they are, you can start to change. Also, this part, it looks like the puppet has kind of been brought back to life. It's like the icicle tentacle things have sort of disconnected her and she's come into life. Even so, with the words you gave me, I can fight. Sounds like there also is or was someone else involved in whatever trauma of the past it was. She's looking at her past self and seeing her fight. The weak version of me is no longer here. They're facing each other now. She's looking at herself. One who's standing up with more confidence. She's also floating. And her on the right who is looking up at the more powerful version and looking in awe. Because the left part of her was the one that was on the floor, was the weak part of her. But from that weakness, she gained power. She grew strong. And this is when she grabs, this is like the ice version of her, maybe an older version, her guide. She grabs her face almost like she understands. Like there's understanding there. It's okay. I am here. Again and again, gracefully, I'm coming back. So becoming more and more like herself or how she used to be. No matter how tough the challenge, I'll clear it. Yeah, keep going. Yes, as long as I hear your voice calling me. Maybe this is the inspiration to keep moving forward. This voice. I don't care what stage I'm on. Again and again, boldly, I'll show you now. I find it so interesting that these are like surgical tools. No matter how strong the enemy, I'll defeat them. It makes me think that I have no idea what the movie's about, but based on the lyrics and some of the visuals, it makes me think that there is a doctor who is trying to save a life. And maybe in the past, they weren't able to save someone. And so the roadblock is not being able or being afraid of making the same mistakes that they did in the past. But in order to move forward, they had to break out of that fear. The enemy could be the illness. It could be your inner self. I'll chant it as many times as I need. Failure is not for me. Ooh, that gave me chills. Never give up. Never give up. Failure is not for me. That goes hard. This sequence is so cool. I love this transition because it goes like straight into her sitting down on this block of ice. It kind of reminds me of, is it Aphrodite on the shell? Yeah, Aphrodite on the scallop shell, although she's not standing. She's sitting. Despair sometimes gives birth to chances. True. You won't know strength if you don't experience weakness. You don't know true happiness if you've never experienced sadness. Every time I fell, the wounds turn into scabs. That's such a cool illustration of scabs. The ice sort of growing out of her hand. And yet, as always, no matter how many times I cut into it, surgically, I mean, with all of these surgical tools, it makes me think like you're in the ICU. Zoom in on the scalpel, cut scalpel. The bad things still wouldn't change. So no matter how many times they tried to fix it, bad things still happen. And that's part of life, unfortunately. It's easy, isn't it, to just give up. Ooh, and then it shows this like distorted version of puppet her looking and being like, it's easy, isn't it, just to give up? But deep down, she's not gonna give up. But whenever that thought crosses my mind, I remember, ooh, I just paused on this. It almost looks like a halo, but it's like directly connected into her head. Like an experimentation, almost like alien-like. I always, always yearned for it. Imagined myself like that. Yes, as long as I hear your voice calling me, I can fight on any stage. Yeah, let's go. And this is when the icicles on her back turn into wings, and she's finally turning her pain, her hurt, her scabs into her strength. They are battle wounds. They build character. I've always seen it. This was reminding me of like Elsa and also Cinderella in a way. The future you and I dreamed of together. Oh, so maybe she did lose someone. And now she has to trudge alone. And that's what's sort of holding her back. Unless she's talking about childhood her. A one-of-a-kind future here and now. There it is. The wings. I won't let anyone interfere. Rightly so. Look at her eyes. Her eyes are full of determination now. No fear. This determination is mine alone. And she's able to cut it. No one has the right to call the shots. Only you do. This is such a beautiful 3D set. It's zooming into the stage, but the 2D model of our main character, it looks like it's paper. Like it looks like a cutout of her on this stage. This particular shot. It looks really pretty. Yeah, the moment she cuts the string, she's able to let go of that part of herself. She was able to heal, and she came into her own power. For this restless world, I wonder if the world is in reference to her own world in her head. Even on days when tears are swallowed, there are gonna be bad days, always. There is not a single wasted moment. Yeah, there isn't. And this is where they formed together. This was kind of like, but they are becoming one. More powerful together, especially when accepting who you truly are. Grasp onto the tiny bit of hope that was scooped up. It's almost like a bacteria molecule. Hold onto it no matter how many times it takes. Or a virus. Connecting and bonding. That's how I have come this far. The art is so pretty. And you can see the battle armor. Her dress now has battle armor. It's showing how far she's come. So much determination. She looks older. She looks wiser. Together with you. Together with, I guess, who she sort of initially discarded. Now they're whole. One person. Again and again, gracefully, I'm coming back. No matter how tough the challenge, I'll clear it. This looks like a sketch version of when she was looking up at her puppet self. Yes, as long as I hear your voice calling me. I don't care what stage I'm on. Again and again, boldly, I'll show you now. And if you pay attention to this particular kaleidoscope, you're actually seeing the whole music video from beginning to end. So this is her when she was hesitating to cut the thread, her confronting her past self, acceptance, being fully whole. Again and again, boldly, I'll show you now. No matter how strong the enemy, I'll defeat them. I'll chant it as many times as I need. Failure is not for me. Heck yeah, failure is not for me. Whew. I feel like that's something that anyone, myself included, can chant, especially when they're feeling down. It's hard to do, especially when everything is dark and things are going wrong. But don't give up. Failure is not for me, and failure is not for you. I also noticed that the background, what used to be just blue, clear icicles, now have color. The ones over here kind of look green, so they look like trees. There's this thing over here that kind of looks like a lamppost. And then these are also brown/reddish. So we have more variety. And she's sitting on her throne, which you find out at the end is actually an X. Episode X. Is it X chromosome? Like XX for female? That's so interesting. This video and the lyrics really connect. I really like songwriting where at the beginning of the song it's talking about struggles, pain that you're going through, but as the song progresses, it's more hopeful, it's powerful, using what was said at the beginning of the song and turning it into a more powerful message. I love that. So cool. What did you guys think of the music video when you first saw it? What do you think of the song? Did you watch Dr. X? Would love to know down in the comments. I truly appreciate you if you made it to the end of the video after I started rambling. I just love trying to get into the minds of the creators, songwriting wise and visually in this music video. It's incredible. Alrighty everyone, I think that is it for this reaction. If you would like more content like this, more reactions to Otto, let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment what song I should react to next. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget that no matter how it is you are feeling, you are A-W-E-S-O-M-E. You are A-W-E-S-O-M-E. Alright guys, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.